Here's a question we've always asked ourselves, but we never seem to get an answer. How much should we fart in a day? Well, we've got a doctor here who reveals how much you should fart a day. But the thing is, before I get into this article, does he actually distinguish between men and women? Because apparently women don't fart. So let's just read on and let's just see if he distinguishes between the two. As it goes there, it's a question that will almost have certainly crossed your mind at some point. How many times should you be farting over the course of a day? Well, lucky for you, a doctor, I don't know how he came up with this, but a doctor has now revealed the average amount of expulsions a person should be making in any 24-hour period. Dr. Zach Turner has been answering people's burning questions and has explained what kinds of foods make people more gassy and how to curb the results. When asked about the causes of increased farting from someone who had recently embarked on a health kick, Dr. Zach said, "Flatulence is very common in my patients who kickstart a healthy lifestyle. And there are a multitude of factors that come into play that causes it. It's perfectly normal to fart, and the average person farts up to 10 to 18 times a day and could fill a party balloon with the gas. So does that apply to women as well? Do you women fart 10 to 18 times a day? Surely it must depend on what you eat, how much you eat. I mean, talking about, anyway, this guy's onto it. He's onto it. We're going to believe what he says. Exercise doesn't cause gas. So let's rule that out of what's causing your dilemma. It's a dilemma. Obviously, this guy here front farted, and these two guys aren't happy about it. But what are farts and why do we do them? Firstly, when we eat, we swallow small amounts of air that eventually needs to be released either by burping or farting. I'll assume you are dieting to lose weight, which is great, but usually tends to mean meals are being wolfed down due to insatiable hunger. This causes gas, and so I recommend you eat slowly, which will help limit swallowed air. The best way to describe the second cause of gas is to think of our digestive system as a fermentation jar. Inside our colon, we have up to 2 kilograms of microorganisms which ferment on average 40 grams of complex carbohydrates every day. Zach added, digested food in our digestive tract releases gas, mainly hydrogen, methane, and carbon dioxide. Oh, there's that deadly gas, carbon dioxide. Food that decomposes in our stomach releases sulfur, which is the lethal ingredient in foul-smelling gas. And this whole process is affected by an improved diet. A greater variety of complex carbohydrates can cause us to pass with more than usual. Dr. Zach explained complex carbohydrates are one of the most common factors in all healthy diets that causes flatulence. This includes, you would have guessed it, beans, baked beans of course, any type of legumes, oatmeal and sweet potato too. And there's the wonderful bowl of baked beans. Complex carbohydrates also have a long scientific name. There we go. Oligosaccharides. And the oligosaccharides called raffinose, stachyose, and verbicose are found in legumes such as beans. The microorganisms in our gut love these oligosaccharides and eat them right up, causing large amounts of gas to be released. Yes, science does prove beans make you pass wind like a water buffalo. But Dr. Zach also has a trick that could help us all reduce the amount that we do a bottom burp. He said, my secret ingredient to stop farts, in brackets, which has been around for centuries and commonly used in vegan community, is hing, whatever that is. So people have only been farting for centuries. So go back thousands of years, people weren't farting. I wonder why. It's a spice found commonly in Indian cuisine that has antibacterial, anti-inflammatory and anti-flatulent properties. You can find it in health food stores and online. Adding a teaspoon to your healthy meals high in complex carbohydrates should limit the unsavory gas you've been expelling. Well, there it is. Well, actually, people love farting. There's nothing like, you know, when you're on your own and you drop a good one and you breathe it in, you go, oh my God, doesn't that smell beautiful? And this is one thing, probably one of the greatest mysteries of all time. I can never work this one out. Just look at an example here. This guy drops a fart, and these two guys can't stand it. They're virtually throwing up. I guarantee if these two guys were at home in bed, and they dropped the exact same fart, and it stank the same, they would be whiffing it in. They'd be waving the sheets up and down and whiffing it in and saying, oh, what a ripper. Oh, what a beautiful fart that was. Like I said, same fart, same smell, but because someone else does it, you want to throw up, but if you do it, it is, it is wonderful. Sorry to end on that though, but that's a question, you know, it's never been answered. The same fart, same smell, but if it's from someone else, it's gross, but if you do it, it's wonderful. And you even breathe it into your lungs. So there we go. There's something different. It's amazing how COVID wasn't mentioned here, and that's probably one of the symptoms. Now, too much farting. You must test positive for COVID. It's one of the symptoms. But anyway, jokes aside, just don't take farting far too lightly.